Here is your full, long, emotional, cinematic YouTube-style story, written exactly in plain paragraphs, no headings, strong hook, smooth pacing for a 40-minute video, and naturally motivating viewers to like and subscribe at the beginning and end. The restaurant was warm and softly lit, but the moment the girl stepped in, clutching a tiny wallet to her chest, the entire place seemed to shift. People noticed her, maybe because her eyes carried both hope and fear. Or maybe because she paused at the entrance as if silently telling herself, please, don't let this go wrong. If you're watching this right now, stay with me till the end. This story will break your heart, then put it back together. And if you love emotional stories like this, don't forget to like the video and subscribe because stories like these deserve to be heard. She was wearing a simple dress, neatly ironed but old. Her shoes had a slight scratch on one side. And in her hand, exactly $5. That was all she had for her blind date. Her name was Alina. She looked around nervously, scanning the tables. Her date, someone her coworkers had insisted was kind, stable, and a good guy, was late. 10 minutes. 20. 30. A waiter approached gently. Ma'am, would you like to order water while you wait? She swallowed her embarrassment. Is water free? The waiter softened. Yes, of course. From the corner table near the window, a man watched silently. A man who didn't belong in a quiet, ordinary restaurant like this. His suit was tailored, his watch alone could pay for a year's rent for most people. But nothing about him screamed arrogance. Instead, there was a tired gentleness in his eyes that kept drifting toward the girl holding that $5 bill like a lifeline. His name was Zion, a single dad, a CEO, and tonight was the first free night he'd had in weeks. His little daughter was home with the nanny, begging him not to work too late. But the moment he saw Alina walk in, he couldn't look away. Her date finally arrived, loud, confident, and with a smirk that immediately felt wrong. Sorry, he said exaggeratedly, sliding into the seat. Traffic was bad, you know how it is. She smiled politely, because that was the kind of person she was. No worries. They ordered. He ordered easily, a steak, a drink, and an appetizer, to start. She stared at the menu, fingers trembling. She only had $5. 5. She knew even the cheapest item was more than double that. He didn't notice her hesitation. Or maybe he didn't care. So, what are you getting? He asked casually. She forced a smile. I'm not very hungry. I had something earlier. Zion flinched slightly at hearing that lie. Because he could see the truth in her eyes, hunger, embarrassment, the shame she was trying so hard to hide. Her date barely asked her anything about herself. He talked about himself the entire time, his job, his friends, his gym routine, his ex. And every time he spoke, Zion's protective instinct grew stronger. Then the bill came. Her date leaned back, arms crossed. So, how do you want to do this? Split. Her face fell. She whispered, I only have. Come on, he scoffed. You can at least pay your portion, right? I'm not made of money. Zion closed his eyes, jaw tightening. Of all the things he'd seen in boardrooms, negotiations, and billionaire meetings, nothing infuriated him like this, people who humiliate the innocent. She reached slowly into her tiny wallet, pulling out the $5 like she was handing over her dignity. Before the waiter could even touch it, a voice spoke from behind them. Excuse me, Zion said calmly, the bill is already taken care of. Both Alina and her date turned. Her date frowned. Do we know you? No, Zion replied. But I know the value of kindness. And tonight, it seems someone forgot to bring any. The date rolled his eyes. Look, man, we're fine. This is our business. Zion smiled politely. You're right. And the business is concluded. You may leave now. There was something in his voice, quiet authority, the kind that made even powerful men uncomfortable. The date muttered something under his breath and left. Alina stared at Zion, stunned. Why did you do that? You didn't have to. I know, he said softly. But I wanted to. She lowered her gaze. I must look so pathetic. Not even close, he said, pulling out the chair across from her. May I? She nodded, unsure why tears were suddenly filling her eyes. He didn't ask personal questions at first. He didn't interrogate or pity her. He just offered conversation, gentle, slow, respectful. And she found herself talking, far more than she expected. She told him she worked 2 jobs. That her mother was sick. That she hadn't been on a date in years. That she felt like life kept defeating her no matter how hard she tried. And he listened. Really listened. When she apologized for rambling, he shook his head. No one has listened to you in a long time. Let me be the first. At one point, his phone buzzed, a picture of his daughter holding a drawing. I miss you, Daddy. Alina smiled. She's cute. She's my whole world, he whispered. But being a single dad, it's not easy. For the first time that night, he opened up too. About losing his wife. About raising his daughter alone. About feeling lonely even in crowded conference rooms and luxury offices. 2 strangers, living completely different lives, yet somehow, sharing the same heart. Hours passed without them noticing. When they stood outside, a cold wind brushed against them. She hugged her arms around herself. His coat was off before she even realized. You'll freeze, she protested. I'll survive, he said with a smile. I'm not sure you would.